What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy RC Richie. In today's video, we're going to be doing a series, basically kind of a new build series. Just want to talk about the FMS platform real quick. But yeah, the K5 was basically my third crawler platform. My very first one was the FX18, and then I picked up an FCX24, and then the K5. But I gotta say, Axial, you need to step your game up because these other platforms just keep on coming out with new rigs, upgrades, and just better bang for your buck for ready to runs. But with that being said, FMS just released their new brushless models, which came out in their LC80 and the K5. And they also came out with the Power Wagon, which is right here. And man, I wish I never would have got this one because it just basically turned me on to the brushless. And I just basically fell in love with it. To be honest with you, neither one of these needed to be upgraded motor-wise. Other companies, they do. But we're not talking about that. So I just want to talk about the LC80. This is my baby. This is Iron Man, and she is pretty heavy. She is definitely the heaviest rig out here. But the motor's still keeping up, but now I'm starting to notice because of the weight, the drag brake is not tending to hold up anymore. You can definitely upgrade to another brush motor, but I said, you know what? Now that I got a taste of the Power Wagon and brush form, this motor is pretty good, man. And it's just the amount of control that this big rig needs. I can definitely modulate this one pretty slow. But with that brushless, you can modulate even slower, especially descending, going downhill. That's when it's really clutch. That's when you see the key features of it. But again, the K5 transmission is still plastic. This is all metal, and this automatically comes from the factory all metal. Eventually, we're going to be doing a video on this as well. I'm going to be upgrading the transmission on this one and just take you through step by step to show you exactly. It's not too hard, but it's a little finicky. You just got to take your time with it. But yeah, I absolutely love this platform. I do not think you need to upgrade these motors right from the factory. The brush motors are great. Even with all the weight that I have on these, they still perform. But it's like once you get a taste of that brushless motor, you know, it's kind of hard to go back. So with that being said, it's time for a new power plant for the LC80. And guys, if you don't know about this platform here, I think they're probably the cheapest platform, budget-wise, that you can go brushless for. But yep, we're going to go ahead and put the brushless motor in here. It is exactly the same motor that comes with the brushless ready to runs now. It's your Predator Venom motor. And here we go. This is it right here. And let's see exactly what we get. So again, no other platform that I know of, you can go brushless for such a good price. I think you can do this just for under 60 bucks. Separate receiver. This is going to be your Fly Sky receiver. Only problem with this is, as I found out, is that this will not bind up to your GT5. It's a different protocol, but that's okay. The same small remotes, we can just keep on binding. This is not a 2-in-1 receiver. This is a separate, ESC. This is a separate ESC. Will not handle 3S, I don't believe. Maybe. It doesn't say it on here. But I believe they do. And here goes your little Predator motor. Outrunner, 3200 kV, 1212 can. Already have the pinion on here. Pretty cool. And then you get some sticky tape here. So yeah, one thing to note about what I've learned with the transmissions and the FCX24 versus the 18. The FCX18 servo mount is actually mounted to the transmission. There's a mount that connects to it versus the K5 does not. It's actually right in front as well, but it's actually mounted into the frame. So with that being said, this style of the transmission being mounted to the servo is going to be better for the future because I have plans for this. I would like to take this and put it into a different chassis. Okay, with that being said, this would be the better setup because we won't have to tap into the frame. So I decided I'm going to upgrade this one, and then this is going to be the one that we're going to upgrade into a new chassis. So again, stay tuned for that. We're going to do a build series on that. This is going to be part 1. And my plan is I would like to throw this motor in here, and I want to drive it around with the stock setup just to get a feel for it, you know, and then like that move on to the next frame and go from there. But yeah, we'll talk about that more in another video. But in this video, I basically wanted to do an intro, and I want to do just a quick install and do you know, a little before and after. But all right, stay tuned. Okay, I started working off camera. First thing I wanted to do is remove the ESC. Double-sided tape over here. But then, in order to free this switch is attached right inside here. And that was a pain in the butt to get out because I had to release this whole tray. And inside there was 2 small little Phillips to release that switch, which is right there. So now that we have that free, we have the tray back in. We're going to put the ESC back in here. Like I said, all this is going to be temporary. I have plans to moving everything back over to another chassis. Yeah, let's move on to the next part. Okay, we got the transmission out. At this point, I took a picture real quick just to see the orientation of the little arm that's on the servo, just so I don't have a problem with it shifting later on. But it's no big deal. You can just go into your settings and fix that. But yeah, now that you have the transmission out, there's 3 bolts that are holding this servo onto the actual casing. And then from there, we should be able to access the cover to remove the motor. It's also important to note this little piece right here. Make sure this is back on, because without this, it's not going to go back together. So this piece goes just like this. It's kind of hard to do it. With that little piece, and then the servo mount goes on top of that. So just make sure that piece is in there. Man, that's got to be the easiest swap over motor I ever did. I was getting worried at first looking at this inside the casing. It didn't look like, I was like, man, I'm going to have to take off the pinion. But once I take off those 2 screws, she literally just backs right out. The actual hole is shaped like the pinion. It's like a star pattern. So it actually came right out. This one went right up, bolted to the same bolt pattern. And there you go. I'm going to button this back up. Throw it back in. But yeah, now we have another backup motor. Possibly I could probably use this in the K5 if we don't decide to go brushless. Okay, we back. Got it all in. This is all a kind of a mess right now. I just kind of got it temporary. Just a piece of Velcro inside here, two-way tape on that piece. But like I said, this is not going to be permanent, so just want to keep it like this for now, and then I'll tidy up everything. Definitely pretty noisy. It's metal transmission. This one seems extra crunchy though. Probably has to break in as well. That pinion gear. Yeah, it's pretty loud. But I'm sure she'll smooth out over time. Okay, I just moved it back on top of the servo. Like I said, this is just temporary. Want to get some bass runs in with this chassis, with the brushless setup, and then see how we go forward. Put my rubber bands back in the front. Alright, let's get over to Mount Richmore, see how she performs. Okay, here we go. First run for Iron Man, a brand new power plant. It's definitely a lot noisier. See, I wasn't able to do this with this much control, and that's the difference. Felt like the drag brake on the brush motor wasn't holding up anymore. Right over here, tail going down. I definitely didn't have that much control before. Definitely gotta watch my clearance over there. Man, that thing is noisy. Like I said, hopefully she'll break in. We need to put some grease back in there again. I don't know if I have some the first time. But the power wagon isn't as loud. Yeah, so the plan is I want to throw this on another chassis. That's the one negative about the FCX. Is their lower hanging transmission skids. They're very not optimal. But hopefully by putting this power plant into another chassis, we can achieve a little bit better. See how she does around this cliffhanger. Yeah, slow crawling control is incredible. Man, that's loud. Take it up the cliffhanger. We're gonna end this video. This is gonna be part 1. But yeah, Iron Man's becoming the Bionic Man. Brand new servo. Brand new power plant. And soon, new chassis. But yeah, look how much space we saved in there now. It's crazy how small that motor is. But yeah, that is loud. Thinking it's the transmission needs to break in. Not the transmission, but more so the pinion gear. Hopefully we can smooth that out. But alright. Please like and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in. Catch you on part 2.